What? Huh? You can't be serious. Hello YouTube, welcome to MTGA, and today we are going to have a look at Tergrid, God of Fright in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by playing the backside of Tergrid and then grinding it out, basically. That is the idea. So I used to have this deck in a 60 card, I used to play this at 60 cards, now I've upgraded to 100 cards, and it got some pretty neat new toys. And yeah, Tergrid is basically, I'm playing this for the back side. There are situations where the front side is better, like if you need a block or whatever, right? But mostly we're playing around the back side because we just try to go 1-for-1 with our opponent's threats, then pulling ahead with some value cards, and then just tapping the lantern over and over and over and over again. I'm not even playing cards like Manifold Key to get an additional lantern activation. Like this deck, the only card that is just a pure finisher is Torment of Hailfire, which you activate this like after they. Basically, this is like X lantern activations, and it can just absolutely obliterate the opponent, right? Yeah, so this is the basic idea of the deck, and yeah, our mana base is fairly simple. There are even some arguments to cut like non-basics, so our Cabal Stronghold is even stronger, but like, to be honest, this is not really that much of a problem. We play some cards you would see in a stock standard Tergrid list, like Hypnotic Spectre, because in this deck there is effectively no difference between, like, just from a win point, like just from getting there to win, there is no difference between dealing 3 damage to them, them discarding a card, or us destroying one of their permanents, because this is what like Tergrid does effectively, and this hits for 2, so that's like 1.6, so 1.7 Tergrid activations basically when it hits. But also discarding at random is pretty valuable, so this is a like pretty strong threat that can just grind a lot of like indirect value, like reduce the opponent's cards. We do play Demonic Bargain in this deck, and this is a pretty interesting one because this is a card you don't want to play in a combo deck because you accidentally exile the combo, but it's also not usually a card you just randomly want to put into your decks. So why is it in here? Because we have a lot of redundant pieces, that is the reason. So sometimes I enter Demonic Bargain, and then I try to get a discard spell, right? And it's very likely that one of these discard spells stays in the deck. I Demonic Bargain and try to get a board wipe, but I have an abundance of like board wipes, so it's also very likely that I still have a board wipe in the deck. And the same goes for finishers, not that much, but very probably likely. I can get Cruel Reality, I can get Ugin, I can get Professor Onyx, Liliana, even Karn is just a good finisher, right? And against some decks, Underworld Dreams is just not like Nif Miss It. So yeah, a bunch of good redundant pieces, and that is why I choose to try out Demonic Bargain in this deck. Other than that, if you enjoy my content, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and let's jump right into some gameplay. We are ready to play against Torulf, and Murderous Rider is kind of an iffy matchup. It's kind of okay, kind of bad, kind of depends. If they're pure burn, this is like mono black control is traditionally like pretty weak against Murderous Rider. But if this is more of an equipment deck, then I think I have a pretty nice chance. But that being said, I don't necessarily like. Yes, this is the perfect end. Like, Meathook Massacre is one of those cards that can just gain me a ton of life, and just, yeah, like, this is really, really, really what you want to see here. Yeah, just beautiful hand. Rob of the Rich, sure. I don't particularly care. Yeah, like, so some decks are really hurt. Like, for example, if I play, like, the only cards that hurt me of my own deck are basically like finishers and then discard spells. Like board wipes, I don't care, right? Cygnus, okay, sure, they can ramp, right? So there are a lot of cards I do not care about them having them on the field. So I think my current plan is going Maze Mind Scrying, and then next turn Signet activating Maze Mind, and then just going for a big meat hook massacre. That seems like a good deal. But yeah, my own deck is very bad against my deck. That's the basic idea. I could also Maze Mind Tome before this robber. But again, I don't think... Yeah, see, like, what do we care about those cards? Yep, Fabled Passage. And I think they can just, like, play Murderous Rider to the board, right? That's pretty fine. Well, no. Yeah, they missed it as well. Fabled Passage kind of doesn't come into play untapped. You have 3 or less lands. I currently do not need land. Skewer, so they are trying to burn me out here. So I think I will try to... Oh no, my initial plan was doing this and then drawing a card with Maze Mind on it anyways. So Maze Mind can also just, you know, give me 4 life after it's done doing its thing, which is pretty great. Yep. Robber. Not triggering because we haven't drawn with the Maze Mind Tome yet. They just play the Murderous Rider. That is perfectly fine by me. Okay. So I feel like this is probably where we play our Lantern. But we probably just want to Inquisition them first, see what's up there. Chandra Dress to kill is not a card I'm particularly interested in. And activating the Tergrid in my own turn or during the upkeep is usually best, because that gives them less cards to look at in their hand that they can decide to discard. So it gives them less options, basically, like activating Tergrid in your own turn. Pillar of Flame, yep. So we take some damage here, but I think that's fine. You see, like, all these cards, these do nothing for the opponent. So how much mana is this? I think 1, 2, 3. I have to scry now, and then I don't get to draw probably. Oh yeah, I keep the blood in the snow. Okay. And then X equals 3. Yep, Meat Massacre. And I now gain 2 life, which whenever one of the creatures die, which is pretty relevant, honestly. I do feel like I have enough mana next turn that I can probably just draw an actual card with Maze Mind. Yeah. Oh, let's start by floating my mana with Cabal Stronghold, because now it's producing mana, like additional mana. Okay, life here, yup. And I would have loved to... No, that's fine. Do this. Do I want to gain the life, or do I want to draw a card? Underworld Dreams is probably doing more long-term than a Tergrid activation. And now let's just wait on this Cling to Dust then. So they play something here, sure, that is fine. Honestly, I feel like I want to draw the card here. Gimme. Okay, yep, that is beautiful. How much mana does this produce? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that basically means that I have enough for double Tergrid activation, but this land represents 2 mana, so I can now Chainers and triple Tergrid activation. Yep. So yeah, Cabal Stronghold math is sometimes relevant in this deck. Yep. And let's just burn them out. Yep. Do this. And yep, you again. I'm showing them that I don't have nothing, but I honestly don't even care too much about it. Yep. And Underworld Dreams starts burning them as well. Pretty good. Like, Underworld Dreams is a pretty good combo card against certain decks that just, like, against Storm specifically. It's insane. Yeah, I can do this. It might seem like overkill, but oh no, I'm just doing the like yeah, okay, Chainer's Edict and then just activate Tergrid twice. I was thinking like I could, with the Blood in the Snow, I could squeeze an additional Tergrid activation, which I couldn't. But yeah, that is the GG. Yeah, amazing card. We are ready to play against Kenrith Return King. And let's see. I feel like this is a pretty decent hand. The thing is, I'm saying this again and again and again. Kenrith is... you don't know what you're gonna get with the Kenrith deck. Is it the infinite combo decks that I made? Right? Ooh, probably not. Is it Shrines, which is honestly the most likely one for some reason? Is it like, could be anything. Like it's the wild west there. But I do like 3 lands, Chainer's Edict and Agonizing Remorse with a Dread Presence and a Blood and Snow. It's like, I mean, I just listed my whole hand, right? But I do have like some removal, some hand hate, a draw engine that can also repeatedly get small critters off the board. Oh yeah, I now really like this hand. So if they don't play a Dork, I'm going to Agonizing Remorse. Or if they play a Thalia, I'm not going to do anything, obviously. Okay. Oh. With the Phyrexian Arena, I don't think I need to play that onto. That's why I'm going to start with the Remorse here. And what do I see? Shatter, I don't care. Hostage Taker is creature or artifact, so that removes my commander. Biomancers, I don't care. Commit. This is like a better Hostage Taker, to be honest. Also, exile it, right? Yeah. But maybe taking the Cultivate as the call, though. Now, if I take the Commit, then they cannot ever try to remove my Phyrexian Arena. Oh, yeah. And, like, the big thing here is they didn't have the untapped land as well. Which I didn't realize initially, but now looking at it, this was definitely the right call. Okay. Phyrexian Arena it is. So this deck runs a lot of like graveyard exile effects, because those are ways for the opponent to bring out additional value out of nowhere, basically. And this is where this deck like breaks. You want to go 1 for 1. You don't want them to have an Uro or something like that. Okay, how do we do this? I feel like I just want to... if they don't have the double Bluetooth Hostage Taker and Biomancer's Familiar playing around Hostage Takering and Biomancer, like taking the Lantern and then being able to play around Chainer's Edict, I'm just going to play the Lantern here. Start with the burn. Like, this is a card you want to play out as soon as possible, basically. I already have my land drop, so that's kind of fine. It's not an untapped land, which is, like, not being a swamp is also pretty relevant for this Dread Presence, because then I can keep binding. That's kind of fine, I guess. Couldn't have taken that with the Inquisition anyways. But they should take the arena? They didn't. Okay, beautiful. So I'm allowed to... Yep. I'm going to pay. Land. Oh, I missequenced here. That was my bad. Now they have a Familiar in the graveyard, which can matter with the Kenrith, because they can reanimate it. I guess they just play like Hostage Taker here. They, like Kenrith is also just a like Kenrith with haste, right? Yeah, crash in for the 5. I think that's reasonable. I currently don't have anything to remove that guy as well, which is interesting. Land off the top would give me access to Onyx, but yeah, I do like land off the top, honestly, into Onyx. Because then they can't haste even if they top deck a land. Or they can haste if they top deck a land. But they have to top deck an untapped land here, otherwise they can't kill the Onyx, and then I'm extremely ahead. Okay, they did top deck the land. So Onyx does die. Oh no, they could have... Man, math is so hard, guys. Yeah, so So, it was a mistake. But to be honest, I'm way too confident here anyways. Okay, what do we do here? I think this is just a Chainer's Edict play while we can do it, right? It could also... like... this... Yeah, sure, why not? So... Dread Presence, eat? I want to play Dread Presence when I have... Yeah, let's go Chainer's Edict. I want to have play Dread Presence when I have Soul Shatter up, so they can't Hostage Taker and play the Dread Presence. So, like, in the response to the Hostage Taker trigger, I just Soul Shatter or Eat to Extinction or whatever. And here I honestly, like, with the Phyrexian Arena card draw, I'm probably very likely just going to gain life of this Dread Presence. Honestly? Call me crazy, but I feel I want to hit my land drops as consistently as possible. So, demonic bargaining for a land is not the craziest idea ever. So, what do we like? We currently have 5 mana, right? Yeah, 5 mana. I 1000. Yeah, this puts it up to 7 mana. And what does that mean for us? I hold up double removal probably. This. Yeah, honestly, I do like just. I mean, this is instant speed interaction though. Yeah, Tergrid Shadow and then play out the Mazemind Tome. Just being mana efficient here currently. I have enough instant speed interaction with Eat and Soul Shatter. And I just want to crack this Mazemind Tome for life. I'm on the current. I'm just on the gain a lot of life plan right now. No, don't need you. I can deal with that though pretty easily. They get to draw discard 2 cards, so Shadow the Sky will be gone. Oh, honestly, Disruption? That's like Shadow is like seems so bad in this matchup. Just going to scry here for mana efficiency. Yeah, don't need you. I just want my land drop. Yep, there it is. Let's start out on Thoughtseizing you. Then just take the... I should have started out with E... it's interesting. Oh yeah, okay. Goodbye, Liliana. So now... Honestly... So let's eat and then play Tergrid and start activating. That's what I really want to do.
Time to improvise.
So, like in hindsight, I could have activated Mazemind Tome as well. Yep, don't need you. Oh no, I couldn't. Yeah, it was 1 mana off. So it was good that I didn't activate it. So if they... Yep, show hostage taker taking the lantern. Yeah, putting it into my command zone, that's fine. I just want to hit my land drops, so they have 10 lands. So that's not enough to give Kenrith haste. Yep, land. So now we could Dread Presence, land. I do not feel threatened right now in my life total though. So how much mana will this produce? This is 2 additional mana, 3 additional mana, so that's 10, 11, 12 mana I have access to. This is costing 8. Wait, no. Whatever. Okay. Cabal Stronghold, Tergrid Lantern. And now I can... Honestly? This... No, yeah, let's go with the Languish. So I'm going with the Languish because otherwise I don't get to... Like, Languish kills the least things here. Yep. You are being put under pressure, opponent. Yeah, they like, this game would have been a bit different if Binding hit the Phyrexian Arena for sure. Let's do some math. No, wait, I don't feel like it. Let's cry. Yep, resolve. Definitely don't need push. And now I play Dread Presence. They land, start pinging them, because I do want to gain the life. And put them under pressure. And that's exactly 3 additional Tergrid activations for a total of 4, which is pretty nasty. Yeah, and they scoop it up. GG! We are ready to play against Joda, Archmage Eternal, and yeah, let's see where this game takes us. Ooh, Sudden Edict is a pretty good one. Phyrexian Scriptures proactively is also amazing, because it ruins their commander timing. It's a pretty hilarious play to do if you know your like the opponent is really reliant on playing the commander on curve, and then you can try to like you play Phyrexian Scriptures on an empty board just to disincentivize them from actually playing out the commander where they want to do it. But it's not a play we're doing right now. Again, demonic bargain for land is not the most unreasonable thing in the world. In this specific case, if I draw land, then I do like just getting a draw engine. Okay, yeah, we're going to demonic bargain for a land here. And it is going to be the Stronghold if it's not exiled. Yeah, Cabal Stronghold, perfect. And I do feel like I can... So, which is this being uncounterable better, or... Yeah, they don't play too many big threats, right? No, not too many... They only play a few big threats, they don't go too wide, so Sudden Edict will always be good, and if they go too wide I can still just massacre them. Which is pretty great. Migration Path, sure. That means... I want to draw another land here. Professor Onyx would be amazing. That can like just plus get more lands. Lands. That's what this deck is about, honestly. Like all the control decks, you just want to hit your land drops, honestly. It's pretty great. Oh yes, beautiful. Yep, make your decision please before I give you any additional information. Onyx, and then plus. And I'm probably just grabbing land. Or a Duress. I do like Duress. Even more than this land. I can still plus and get another land next turn.
There has to be
Time Warp? Sure. What are you time warping into? Sunbirds? Sure. I would have loved to Duress that, but that is fine. Yep. Okay. What do you have in that hand, opponent? Yeah, the Nikki B, and honestly, Zakama is not. Yeah, beautiful. That's pretty good for us. So this currently produces 1 additional mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 mana off of double activating Lantern here. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just do this play that I've previously mentioned. Honestly, yeah, let's just do this. I was thinking about preemptively scripturing, but they're so low, especially with like a Professor Onyx on the field, that it's really, really taxing the life total right now. And if they somehow get so much mana that they are able to play Zakama like off a Dark Ritual, then I can just Sudden Edict them. Okay. And Sudden Edict is extremely potent against Zakama because they don't get to untap and destroy all my artifacts in response. So I assume I'm just doing this. Yep. And this is Magecraft, right? Okay. So let's see. Can I get some... Okay, no. I was going to say if I get an instant or sorcery off the top, that would be pretty good. If they take the damage here, they're dead to just playing behind his expertise and Tergrid's Shadow in the same turn. Yeah, let's... Wait, let's do some math. So this currently taps for 3 mana. 1, 2, 5, 8. It kind of doesn't work out, right? Doesn't it? Oh, it does work out. Wait, I'm so 8, 10 mana. Let's just pass turn. I'm going to Tergrid's Shadow the Zakama in response to its trigger. Yep. And even if they like get a creature off of this is absolutely fine because Tergrid's Shadow makes them sacrifice 2 creatures. So in theory, this would be extremely disgusting for them, right? Yes, in theory. But in practice, I'm so sorry, opponent. You're going to be hit with this. Tergrid's Shadow. Yep. Ooh, and they do the cool play here. And they just gain a bunch of life from that. I'm not going to do this now. Otherwise they can sack their Scholar of Lost Trove. Okay, they get a Mind Stone. Yep. Opponent did a good play. I have to respect that. And now I'm doing this so they can't use their Joda as a shield here. So yeah, they're pretty naked here. Yeah, that Tergrid, like that instant speed removal on Zakama was key for sure. For sure. Casualties of War is absolutely insane here. Holy moly. That was one of the best top decks I've seen in a long time. Wow. I love this. Okay, we kind of still have a game. We kinda do. Yeah, let's just drop the scriptures. And then, like, this clears our board for next turn, basically. So I'm at 0. Which is pretty great. Like, the delayed board wipe is sometimes actually just a benefit, isn't it? Resolve. They crack the Mind Stone, sure. Wow. What the hell? What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Take what is mine.
What was that? Are you serious? That, like, the Meathook Massacre aligned perfectly for this coma? What? Huh? You can't be serious. Wow. That was probably the most insane stuff I've seen in a long time. So I'm going to tell you how we win this game potentially. And it is going to be a Mindstone top deck into Mindstone top deck into Torment of Hailfire. That's how we win this game. Okay, yeah, that's a Hypnotic Spectre. Sure, that's kind of fine. Yeah, I guess that's fine as well. What was that? I'm shocked. This is one of the most insane series of top decks I've seen in a long time. Like, I've seen some things in these videos, as you guys might know, but... wow. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. Ah! Does this even do it? This doesn't even do it. I'm still dead. What the hell? 2. And then they have to sack their board? No, they leave one thing up. They leave exactly one thing up. What? Oh no, 2 things. If they didn't get the... I wouldn't have been dead here if they didn't get a permanent card of the Nicol Bolas. What the hell was this game? What the... I am in shock. GG. We are done with the games, and I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And I'm speechless. The most insane series of top decks. Like, I don't know how this can just keep on going and going. Whenever I like... Man. Oh, wow. Those were some insane games. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the deck in action. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, to be precise. And let's jump right into the meat here. If you want to play this deck on a budget, what can you cut? What do you need? And so you can cut like the fringe cards, right? Like Key to the Archive can like replace a land drop later on if you're like flooded on lands. You don't need like Hive, you don't need Castle. Probably the best one is Cabal Stronghold, as you've seen in the games. But I mean, Castle's also pretty good, but you probably don't need Hive. Like the Mnemonic Bargain is not necessarily, but you saw how often like this card just can get you the perfect answer to the situation, so that's pretty good. Thoughtseize Inquisition, just absolute staples of the format, and you do want some top end in this deck for sure. Makes it much easier to win in certain situations. And then the board wipes are obviously insane. Like, you don't need necessarily cards like Murderous Rider. These are like best in slot, obviously, but you can play other removal here. It's just this deck can struggle with removing Planeswalkers because there is actually not too much Planeswalker removal in this particular build. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of a mix and match. You want most of these cards. Like, you can... Sign of Blood, Cuttable, like all these like one-shot advantage effects you don't need, but there are not too many of them anyways. It's like it adds up, basically. It's a deck that definitely rewards you for putting more wildcards into it, but you can start out on the cheap side, that's for sure. Yeah, this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow.